So, news came out that Grant Udinski uh, pulled out of the Browns race for head coach. And everybody, because it's the Browns, fans and non fans included, are jumping off the cliff, jumping to conclusions. The Browns are the Browns. Nobody wants to coach for them, yada, yada, yada. So let's break this down. Yes, this is the third coach that said thanks but no thanks to the Browns essentially on paper. But a lot of that stuff is underreported. And when it happens to other teams, no one says anything about it. And what I mean by that is, let's go to Mike McDaniel. Let's start with that first. Mike McDaniel, he pulled out of the Browns race probably because he understood who was the lead person for that gig. It wasn't him because he took the Chargers job, surprised people by going and getting the Bills interview, and before he could even interview, he pulled out of that interview as well. No one said anything, right? No one made a fuss about it. No one made fun of the Bills about not getting an interview before he could even do his first one, right? Secondly, you go to Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter, which, like I said, it goes to the underreported thing. It came out that Jesse Minter um, called the Browns, was still interested in interviewing for the Browns job. So that means he was interested in the job still. But he was at the point where he was saying, I'm interested in this interview as long as you're ready to hire right now. The Browns weren't, the Ravens were. Any person that's not going to pass up a job, especially one just that's so rare, like a coach, and um, just risk it all. If I have a job offer on the table, I'm taking it, and that's what he did. Two, Grant Udinski, right? Grant Udinski, no name coach, came out of nowhere, rising fast through the ranks, yada yada yada, et cetera, et cetera. He um he did his first interview. The Browns process has been a long process. Keep that in mind. He went through his first interview. Went well, spent the whole 3 hours. Allotted, right? Did a second interview. Friday. It went well. He pulls out today. Right? Same day that Nate Shieldhouse is supposed to be interviewing. If you felt like that job was a terrible job, a bad job, that's meaning the Browns job for Grant Udinski, you don't go through a second interview, especially one that's taken so long to get to. That second interview took a while to get to. Like, let's not act like it was like first interview, then 3 days later your second interview. It's been like a couple weeks, you know what I mean, of this search. So I don't buy that he felt like it wasn't a good job. What I do feel is he understood that he wasn't going to get this gig and decided that, hey, it's like the equivalent of saying, hey, you didn't fire me, I quit, right? Before he could get rejected by the Browns, he decided to pull out. I even saw a report that said on the flight to LA that the Browns informed him that he wouldn't be getting the job, so he just withdrew. But because it's the Browns, the media, the fans of Browns fans and non-Browns fans love to pile on about it. At the end of the day, right? All the coaches that pulled out, they really didn't pull out or do things or pull out in a way where it was just out of the ordinary or strange. There was all reasons behind it or rationales behind it. And I felt like I had to speak on that because I feel like people, because of the team, people blow it up more than what it really is. If I know I'm not going to get the job, I'm not going to pursue it. Because going back to Grant Udinski, He did the extension with the Jaguars. Smart move, secures his future, gives him a pay raise. But he's also still in the running for the Bills job, which to me means he knew that he didn't have a chance at the Browns job. So instead of staying in the running, he chose to keep pursuing the Bills job because he understands that that's more of a wide open field right now, and he has a chance to uh, land that position more than he did with the Browns. That's it. That's all. A lot of this is really common sense and critical thinking. But in the world of social media, a lot of people just jump straight to conclusions and don't really think things through and use logic. Are the Browns a dysfunctional organization? Yeah, we have been for a while. Do I think that the Browns process is getting overblown? Yes, especially with the whole essay thing, because that came out as well that it's not really an essay. It's just more so like explaining your processes, explaining how you will game plan and things of that nature, right? Typical things you will want to know from a coach and to see if it aligns. The Browns do things differently. That's okay. Because honestly, the process overall has identified great coaches. Um, One of them was uh, obviously Kevin Stefanski, controversial, I know. One of them, I'm gonna just close by saying this: relax. Um, it seems like the entire time that the Browns had a plan, had a guy that they liked from the beginning, from the jump, and that was Nate Shieldhouse and Grant Udinski. But when it came down to it, they like Shieldhouse better. So it seems like the Browns' plan is working like it's expected to. Let's see how it plays out. There are some bright sides to Shieldhouse, and I might make a video about it. But we have to relax and not overblow a situation just because of the team. If you're going to comment on something, especially if you are in the new media, use logic. That's all I gotta say. Peace.